Okay. You ready?
Nope. Off. Spin-off. Podcast. Hi, I'm Brian.
I'm Shaheer.
And this is Spin-off, the podcast where we take a show and we both pitch spin-offs ideas for spin-off shows. Or I could say something better than that.
All right. We take a popular show, maybe unpopular, who knows? We take a show that existed in space and time, and we make a spin-off based on one of the characters or one of the plot elements.
I went last time, so how about you go first? And we should probably first off mention what show we're doing.
Yes. The show we're doing this week is That 70's Show, the classic Ashton Kutcher vehicle.
That 70's show first aired August 23rd, 1998 on the Fox network. It originally followed 6 teenage friends growing up in the 1970s.
Obviously, like I previously stated, the thing that we have to do is take one of the characters or maybe plot devices and make a show off of it. So, the first thing I wanted to say is that it's hilarious that we keep choosing series that have sequels already.
I realized that this one has, after I picked it, it does have a spin-off. That 80s show technically was a spin-off.
Yes, we started with the Rugrats, which has spin-offs, and then we did That 70's Show.
Well, we're working in the right direction. This only has one spin-off.
Yeah, exactly.
Did that even last the whole season?
No, I don't.
Okay, yeah, cool. So already,
I don't know if it lasted an episode.
No,
they just pulled it midway.
I think that one was following Eric's cousin or something.
I don't know.
I think that was the general plot of it.
I just remember one of the trailers being like, "It's a cellular phone."
I don't think it was connected enough at all to it, except they connected one little thing to it to make it, so it was still technically a spin-off.
Okay.
Anyway, that doesn't matter.
So my show is titled That 40's Show. Now, what do you think That 40's Show is about?
Is it following the parents?
No.
No.
That's what I want you to think.
Does it go
the
into
title
the 2040s?
is actually misleading, yes. While this could be a heralding WW2 tale following a heroic Red Foreman, nobody wants to watch that. No one gives a fuck about what young Red Foreman was doing because we only want the high and tight older man that he was in the show. Instead, this show takes place in 2040, but that's not it. In 2040, when the show starts, we find out that Fez was actually an alien and has manipulated the world events from the 1980s in order to weaken the United States as a superpower and cause a catastrophic nuclear war and invade his species into the New World's terrain. It's a science fiction comedy, and it is a half-hour comedy.
Okay, so 2040, how old would everyone be at that point?
These questions are revealed in the pilot.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I guess I'll go to mine.
Okay, cool.
I'm also going into the future.
Cool.
I'm going into the early 90s though, which is technically the time we'd be at right now, based on the time that the show ended. So if you had to think of a character, most popular character on that 70s show, who would you think of?
Well, obviously, I thought it was Fez, but Kelso. I would believe Kelso.
Okay. So I went with who I think is the just the fan favorite character, Randy.
Who is Randy?
Do you really not know who Randy is?
I don't remember who Randy is.
So Randy, played by...
Is that Josh Meyer or...
Yep, played by Josh Meyer.
Yes. So the least favorite character of the show.
Exactly. He came in season 8, the final season, to fill in because both Kelso and Eric left.
Also, remember, not even the original replacement that was supposed to be there.
There was another replacement before that. Actually, researching this, I have a fun fact. Originally, when they, after Topher Grace left, they hired Josh Meyer to actually replace Eric, be the new Eric. They were originally going to have him come in
and just
say a line that was I'm a changed man, and just have him continue to be the Eric character.
That's hilarious.
But I guess someone realized that was a terrible idea.
I would have done it. They did it with so many other characters.
They did it with Lori. But again, I don't think you could pull that off with one of the main characters of the show.
Like the main character.
Yeah. But anyway, so I mean, it still ended horribly. So of course, with a character like Randy, his spinoff is going to be an hour-long family drama.
Okay.
Not his family, though. He has rented a room with a family of 4. This family is full of drama, and they're falling apart. And he, unbeknownst to him, is going to ultimately bring them closer together.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's sweet.
yeah.
And Josh Meyer is doing this, or like somebody?
Oh yeah. It's
somebody better than Josh
Meyer.
Okay.
The most well-known Meyer brother.
2 things. One, Brett Harrison is the guy who was supposed to take over for Eric Foreman,
Right?
but he signed on to Reaper, and he got Reaper. So
yeah. Also, can I just say they killed him off?
Yeah,
they killed off his character.
Yeah,
he fell off the water tower and died.
Yeah,
and it was just a passive joke.
Oh man, yeah. And then the other thing was I maybe this is me being a terrible person because I totally pegged that you were going to create a Hyde-centric show which follows him in the record store, based on your personal life.
That's a tough subject though, because then like you'd have to like recast him,
or like
that's
just
right.
Face
with the fact that it just him. Yeah. There's some issues with that.
Yeah.
No, I kind of like the concept of just doing a spin-off show with like the most hated character on the show.
Absolutely. Once again, yeah, the Hyde subject, it rings true. He is not in my show either.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's interesting. Should I go into my pilot now, or
I think we talked about. Okay, so your first the pilot episode. What's going on? Oh yeah, first of all, what's yours called? I don't think you gave a title.
I did. It was That 40 Show.
Oh right, you did. I didn't give a
sneak title. What was yours?
Mine was This is currently untitled. I'll come up with one by the end of the podcast.
That's great. Yeah. So it's funny. My show is going to be called That's 40 Show for the first pilot episode, but then it is going to be dramatically rebranded as Hello Wisconsin, based on the song.
Good.
But yeah, so pilot episode. All right, so this is 100% red, so you're just going to have to take it as such. 30 years after the nuclear fallout between the United States and Russia in the 80s, life has pretty much gone back to normal. Plant life has adjusted the atmosphere back to normal, and the advanced society has rebuilt society as a whole for the most part. This is shown in a montage like the end of Gangs of New York. Like at the end of it, they show like the construction of New York from the 1920s to the 90s, I think. And so it's going to start off with that same montage, of course, in Wisconsin. And it's going to show, like a decayed ruin and grow into the future that the society that has created it created. I'm speaking terribly. All right, so we stop on a future Wisconsin. An aged Wilmer Valderrama appears into the foreground, smiling and handing a child an ice cream cone. And then after that, Fez returns home where he releases Jackie, Kelso, Donna, and Eric from suspended animation. The atmosphere is finally ripe so that they can live without dying. And Kelso, also suffering from amnesia, is not remembering that he had a daughter at all. So, that plot point is completely ruined. His daughter's dead. He doesn't remember it. Nobody remembers it. And Donna and Eric decide to let him live in that bliss. So once they are removed from suspended animation, Fez is like, hey guys, sorry about that, but hopefully we can remain our friendship, blah, 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 blah. And he wants to, regain his relationship back with Jackie, but they can't trust him because, his people just destroyed the planet. They walk outside. They notice the beauty of the advanced world that they've created. And the camera dollies out to show that all the inhabitants of the world look exactly like Fez. Men and women. This show stars Wilmer Valderrama in multiple roles. He is at least 3/4 of the cast. So that is not the original cast.
So can the rest of them interact normally in the world, or are they looked upon as complete outcasts because they don't look like Fez?
They are complete outcasts, and they have a Planet of the Apes style. Was it Planet of the Apes style scenario? It is alluded upon that Hyde has left to start the rebellion in the beginning. So
you took him out of the show too.
Yes, I did take him out of the show. He is not in the. He is mentioned because Hyde is a beloved character.
Right. The character can be mentioned.
Yeah, the character can be mentioned, but Danny Masterson cannot be in the show. Because he.
Oh God. What if he comes
me
back?
Too.
but it's just like he changed his appearance to look like Fez. So he's still Hyde, but it's just in Fez
or I just get his brother, whose name I forgot, from Malcolm in the Middle, and he just plays Hyde.
Wait, is that his brother?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, forgot his name
Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah, I don't know people's names.
They're brothers. I'm gonna Google Danny Masterson.
You all having fun yet? You enjoying this?
Look, it's a planet of fezzes. You better be enjoying this shit, okay? This show has a planet full of fezzes, man and woman. Donna and Jackie are the only women that do not look like Fez. Even the children look like Wilmer Valderrama. So what of your pilot?
What are you looking up?
Oh, I'm looking up Danny Masterson.
Okay.
His sibling is Christopher Masterson.
It makes sense they have the same last name.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was expecting. His brother is Frankie Muniz.
Yes. What if this is not even the right one? Yes, that is Francis from Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay. No, when you said brother, I immediately knew who you were talking about.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
The more you know.
Yeah, they've been in shit together.
Have they?
Yeah.
What have they been
They were in
into?
a movie. I can't remember the movie.
Welcome to the Masterson Show.
I was interested in the movie before I thought, before I knew that Danny Masterson was, yeah.
Welcome to the Mastercast.
This is in memoriam to Danny Masterson's career.
Well, I don't know if you want to have a memoriam for him.
Yeah, that's right. That's too
that
too
sounds
good.
a little too sympathetic.
Yeah, this is but you can be sympathetic to his career.
Yeah,
Not him as a person.
But he benefits from his career. This podcast is going in a direction.
But does he benefit from the in memoriam of his career? Like, I like the Cosby Show, and I'm really sad that the Cosby Show is it can't be seen as the same. So I can't have a in memoriam to the sadness. How about the sadness that I feel that Danny Masterson is a horrible person? Can I have an in memoriam of that? Because that personally affects me and no one else.
Okay, fair enough.
All right, cool. So back to your pilot.
So my pilot, it's starting off dark. The years have not been kind to Randy. Randy, wow, did they give him a last name? They had to have given him a last name, right?
Randy McRanderson. No, that's close to Randy McRanderson.
Randy McRanders.
I think you should change his name to Randy McRanderson.
All right.
And also keep it as a drama.
Randy McRandy face?
Yes. Exactly.
Ew. Welcome to the Randy McRandy face show. Last week at the funeral.
All right, so the show's called Randy McRandy face.
All right. Well, all right. So, yeah. My show. So the pilot for Randy McRandy face. The years past the show have not been kind to Randy here. He's down on his luck. He hasn't had any real relationships, no close family. He does have a girlfriend because the beginning of the show, he gets out of his car holding one of those filing boxes that you get when you're fired, and he walks up to his house and realizes that there are a bunch of things scattered across his lawn. And he gets to the door. There's a note on the door that says, "We're over. Get out." So it's assuming all the stuff in his yard is his stuff. We're kind of starting the show on the final straw, standing by the highway, and he decides that he is just going to jump into the street, the oncoming traffic. Yeah, he does, and he gets hit by a car, and everything goes black, and that's the end of the show.
He just dies. Pilot's done.
That's going to be 7 seasons.
and then you find out that he's actually a ghost in the house that he is renting a room in.
So he wakes up in the hospital. He survived. The guy who hit him with his car is there, and he's just beside himself because you just hit someone with your car. And so then with talking, both come aware that Randy doesn't have a place to live. And this guy has a room in his house for rent. So Randy comes and comes to move into the room. This is not known to the guy. I didn't give any of these people names. This is
Namey McNeighborson.
this is not known to the guy's wife or his 2 daughters. One is like elementary school age, the other one's in high school. By the way, I did say this is 90s, so it's just going to be packed with 90s nostalgia, early 90s nostalgia.
Great.
And we get from all angles because you got in the high school level, you got in like the work life level. The guy who owns the house, he has a very nice job at Enron.
So what you're saying is that during this show, we can remake both Office Space and Saved by the Bell.
Yes.
Sweet.
So Randy moves into this house, the spare room, and it becomes quickly aware that, the family's not this close together, happy family. The wife has an obvious drinking problem. Girls get in trouble with school and all that fun stuff. Randy's just guy in room. Yeah.
I'll ask you the same question I asked with your Rugrats.
Yeah.
Is there an AIDS episode?
Yes.
Good. Okay, just making sure.
Well, now that we're in the 90s,
yeah.
AIDS exists now.
Yeah, exactly.
It didn't exist in the 70s.
Yeah. But I mean, I said that you should segue that to the 80s so that there could be an AIDS episode.
Right. Well, now they're touching on all the things that they couldn't have touched on in the 70s.
Good.
I guess they did have black people in that 70s show. They had one.
I mean, Tied to Dad was black.
That's what I'm saying. They had one. And his sister. So 2. So in this show, we're going to have 3 black people.
Great.
Yeah. We're
Are they high school, the adults, or?
Actually, every age group has a black friend. We're keeping it. It's the 80s now. Black friend.
It's the 90s.
Oh, you're right. It's the 90s now.
Everyone has a black friend.
Everyone has a black friend.
Oh, man. That Rodney King episode is going to be something else. It's just the black friends like, you don't understand, man. You don't understand.
But yeah, we get to have, we get to go through all the important moments in the 90s, like Beanie Baby collecting.
Fanny packs.
Yeah, fanny packs.
Double Dare 2000.
Double Dare.
I mean, Double Dare. I don't know why I put the 2000. Wild and Crazy Kids.
Pokemon cards.
Pokemon cards, yes.
Pokemon cards. Yeah, 90s. Remember the 90s, guys?
The radical change of Batman.
Wait, what?
The transition from Tim Burton Batman to Joel Schumacher.
Oh,
Batman.
yeah. That's going to be a whole episode.
Yeah. They just go to see Batman Forever. They're like, what the fuck happened? Also, what channel is this on?
That's a good question. This would be...
Sounds like Freeform.
Oh my God, it would be free. Yes, this is Freeform.
Mine, of course, lives on Netflix because who else would buy it but Netflix?
Yahoo Stream.
Oh, yeah. RIP.
Yeah.
Maybe Amazon. Nah, Netflix. It's definitely Netflix.
I don't know. I feel like Hulu might get desperate enough. Eventually.
No, actually, yeah, you're fucking right. This is Hulu. Hulu actually has the most science fiction shows, so this is 100% Hulu. You're correct. I apologize. Handmaid's Tale, the fucking Future Man.
I don't have Hulu.
Yeah. There's a good amount of science fiction on Hulu, if you didn't know. So yeah, I see your show lasting on Freeform 3 seasons. Okay. If it's on Freeform, it's going to last the whole 3 seasons. People are going to be confused as fuck after the first episode and just go with it. Because honestly, if we really think about it, unless the trailer for the show is completely like, you guys remember Randy, and they just show like slow motion clips of him from that 70s
just
show,
all of his horrible one-liners.
Yeah. Like, unless they show that, like, people are not even gonna really get the context of it. They're just gonna be like, what is the show? And then they're gonna find out about the family problems, and they're gonna be like, oh, it's another one of those shows. Yeah. I'll watch it forever.
But I feel like he's gonna he keeps making these like the same like horrible one-liners that he made in that 70s show. It actually like heals the family.
His one-liners safe. Oh man, Randy, you're so cool. Are you like a stand-up comic or something? Nah, man, just a guy broke up with a girl.
But then eventually Twitter will become a thing, and
In the 90s?
He's going to take off on that. I mean, eventually.
I mean, I guess so.
Like eventually.
But he'll be like 50.
I mean,
no, like 60.
I mean, 60
like 60 years old.
60's the new 30.
Is it?
I don't know.
If he takes off at 60 years old on Twitter, I am confused by everything. So, all right. So, how long do you think my show's gonna last? One episode.
Well, okay. How long did that 80s show last?
It says 13 episodes. It lasted 13 episodes.
Did it? I only remember I saw like one episode and was like, "This isn't that 70s show," and then I just assumed that everyone else stopped watching too. Yeah, I give your show like. How's Hulu work? You said Hulu, does it pick up the full season or do they do episode by episode?
They do full season.
Okay, so I give it a season.
Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know how they picked it up.
Yeah.
It was a problem. They should have
probably pitching better than you are right now.
Maybe. I mean, you want to watch a show full of fezzes? There's like 150 Wilmer Valderramas, man. Wilmer Valderrama.
I'm sure he'd be
as Fez. Exactly.
He'd be like, wait, I'm the main character and I'm all the characters?
He is all of the characters. And also, Fez's house is exactly like Eric Foreman's basement.
You model it after? Can you do an episode where they're watching TV and there's an episode of Yo Mama, but he's just all the characters? Like he's all the people on that show?
I mean, he's all the people and everything. He's on all of the advertising, and he has to wear a certain color so that they know which Fez is actually.
There's all different shirts.
Yes, and then there's an episode where Jackie finally warms up and starts to get to like him and realizes that it's just the wrong Fez.
Okay, never mind. I take it back. I want to give this thing like 6 seasons.
Sweet.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah.
Just let it live.
I want this to happen.
I just want Wilmer Valderrama to do something.
I'm really hating my pitch now.
All right. Well, I mean, I already told you how many seasons your show would last.
Yeah.
At least 3, probably.
Okay.
How long did The Secret Life of the American Teenager?
Too long.
Last. It was at least 5 seasons, right?
It was way too much.
Yeah. So actually, that's how long Randy McRandy.
Oh yeah, there'll definitely be some teen pregnancy in this. I mean, that's what's hot with the kids right now, right?
Well, I mean, this is the 90s. Was teen pregnancy a big thing then?
When did teen pregnancy become a thing? When did teens start getting pregnant?
Was it before or after the announcement of Teen Mom?
I feel like the 90s kind of.
I feel like they announced Teen Mom as a show, and then all of a sudden people started getting pregnant. Like they had the show before teenagers were actually getting pregnant.
It wasn't a thing before.
Just like at all.
They really had to hunt to find these girls for this show.
They inseminated these children when they came up with the concept for Teen Mom.
All right, hold on. Secret Life of the American Teenager.
And what's interesting about that show is that, like, I thought it only lasted like 2 seasons because I think The Descendants came out like really early into that show's run, and I was like, oh, Shailene Woodley's a star. What happened?
5 seasons.
5 seasons. All right. So your show's gonna last 6 seasons.
No, you said it was going to last 3.
I know, but
you think it could do better than The Secret Life of the American Teenager?
Yeah, because the problem with that show is that like she got pregnant and then like she had the baby.
Right, he's not going to stop being Randy.
Yeah, he's not going to stop being Randy. Yeah, exactly. He's just Randy.
We both of our shows get made. We do a crossover where he turns into Fez.
Oh my god! Yes,
he's the first.
He's the first one.
He's
invasion
the ground
of the,
zero of the
invasion
Fez
of the body
invasion.
snatchers.
All right, let's just make both of these shows the same show.
All right, actually, boom. Let's do this. We move Randy into the late 80s. Okay.
You keep messing with the time zones of my shows,
but I'm just saying. All right, so we base it in the late 80s. So that the finale can be the destruction of the world, and Fez only holds him. So after all of destruction in his life, he experiences the destruction of the world, and then he comes into my series with a fresh look on humanity and starts dating someone who looks exactly like Fez.
Or Fez just makes Randy look like him. And then Randy is the one that everyone's actually based off of. So really, everyone in the whole world is actually Randy, who looks like Fez.
You do realize that like they're in a spaceship, right? They come to the planet, so it'd be weird for them to just be Randy.
Oh, they already okay.
Yeah, the whole world, like Fez is just one of many
Gotcha.
Fezes.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah.
Oh man, and that's why they could never say what country he was from.
Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly.
Then how does who's I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench into the works of your show here.
He has like an aunt, right?
No, he has a cousin.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's a cousin
who is played
which
by,
also would include that he has an aunt. Just sort of regular.
Yeah, but they showed his cousin.
Yeah. In that episode, he was
Justin Long.
In that episode, he was coming to check on Fez. And the only reason he didn't look exactly like Fez is because they did not have the technology to do that or the budget.
So you're you're insinuating that in that 70's show they were fully aware that Fez was an alien while making it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
So the whole time they're like, all right, Fez is definitely an alien from outer space.
Absolutely. Why would they not tell which country he's from? And he speaks multiple languages. He is well learned.
Did he speak any other language in the show?
I think
Pretty sure he never did.
He spoke 2 more languages because he spoke his native tongue, which was gibberish.
But did he ever speak it?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
When?
It was an episode. I know because I looked at it.
Okay.
But yeah, they said that he said good day in his language, which was gibberish. Would make sense for him to be an alien, because why would anybody know what he's saying if it's in his native tongue, which is gibberish? They didn't know because it was alien. He's an alien.
But his pride is Latin.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. So
also, did Fez ever get his green card?
Yeah, because he married
oh yeah, that's right.
Lori.
He married Lori, yeah.
Yeah.
What's next?
Oh, even better for your show. Lori, the reason she all of a sudden switches is because Lori finds out that he's an alien. So he secretly just has her killed and replaced. And no one says anything.
No, it was just a character switch.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with Fez being an alien, which they knew from the first episode. Is what I double back to say. They knew Fez was an alien from the first episode.
It is now a fact.
It's a fact.
That Fez,
I'm actually
from that
gonna
70's show,
is an alien
from outer space.
Yes.
You need to get on Wikipedia now to change that. All right, so we had, to recap here, Shaheer, your show is that 40 show, and you spun off Fez, and my show is called Randy McRandy Face. So yeah, vote, or you're obviously gonna vote for Shaheer's because mine was dumb and shit.
Yours was the most show-esque. Mine was gibberish like Fez's native tongue, but it's a fucking world of Fezes.
We do want to see that show. I want the Thespians.
All right, but yeah, no, I think that's it. Signing off. I am Shaheer Lanier.
I am Brian. I do not want to give my last name.
I'm sorry. My name is actually not Shaheer Lanier. Just strike that from the record.
But you can go to my Facebook page, Brian France.
You can come to my house at...
I actually, all my social media have my last name in it, so I don't know why I'm being so secretive about
all my social media has my address in it.
I'm pretty sure.
And my social.
I'm just pretty sure my Twitter is Brian W. France.
my Facebook username is just my social security number. So if you want to steal my identity, you're not gonna get much, but good luck. But yeah, all right, that's it. We're signing off for Spinoff. Have a great day.
No, have a terrible day. I don't care about you. Bye. Off. Spin off. Podcast.